to Dinerama, the money gossip show, where we'll spill the hottest tea. More drama than the meeting on the Kardashian family.
Today's topic, Bretton Woods, the agreement that tried to bring back order to global finance and crash harder than an NFT project.
It was like when you want to play Monopoly with your friends and you set some rules, but at the end, one people get all the money.
Did it work? Yeah, for a while. Did it crash? Big time. Does it still affect us today? Oh honey, you have no idea.
Picture this, everyone. It's 1944. The world is upside down after the World War II, and the 44 allied nations met at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, to face the economic disaster. But what no one expected was this meeting would turn into the ultimate showdown.
Exactly, like when Cristiano and Messi were competing to be the world of the football. In this corner, we have the United Kingdom, the intellectual and visionary John Keynes, proposing a flexible system to help struggling economies.
And in the other corner, we have this American guy, Harry Dexter White, who wanted to be the most powerful currency in the world, dollar. Like, kind of Taylor Swift thing.
Poor Keynes, he was like France on the drama. He had great ideas, he was on the fight, but at the end he didn't get what he wanted. He was like Leonardo DiCaprio watching all these actors winning and winning the Oscars before finally getting his own.
Totally, because in the end, White took the big prize. The US dollar was the most important currency.
Okay, I get it. It's like Michael Jordan of the economy. He had the numbers, he had the strength, the financial muscle, and who can say no to Michael Jordan?
Exactly.
But if not everyone was happy with this agreement, why happen? The goals of the Bretton Woods were simple but powerful. Number one, ensure a stable exchange rate so the countries could trade without a financial headache. Number two, link the US dollar to the gold and tie all the currencies to the dollar. And finally, preventing things like competitive devaluation, because no one wants a race to the bottom with their currencies.
Oh, it's like introducing bar in football, like making sure the game is fair, like not manipulating the currencies.
Exactly. And to make this happen, two important institutions were formed: the International Monetary Fund and also the World Bank. They were like these big company,
Like brothers?
like brothers, yes. It was like your brother to save these little caddies in the tree. In the little caddies, all the countries that were affected in the war.
But here's the twist. The stability came with a price. All the countries have to play with the American rules, with the US dollar in the center of the system. That means that the US has a lot of power and influence in the global financial decisions.
Well, I think they are not getting us.
Me neither.
We should talk to an expert to explain them what we are trying to say.
Hold on. They are telling me that we have the expert in the line. We have with us Francisco Salazar Gutierrez from Querétaro. So let's talk with him.
Buenas tardes, Francisco. Pues nuestra primera pregunta sería, ¿cuál usted cree que sea el inicio o la razón por la que inició Bretton Woods?
En cuanto vino la paz, se terminó la Segunda Guerra Mundial, hubo la necesidad de establecer cierto marco, digamos, de acción en materia monetaria y financiera. Había una guerra de divisas, no había algún control entre tipos de cambio, el comercio también era una guerra de precios, etc. Además que, bueno, eso era por un lado la estabilidad del sistema financiero y monetario, además del comercio internacional por un lado y por el otro, la necesidad de financiar y de llevar un poco de la, digamos, estabilidad que los países que no tuvieron mayor injerencia, que no fueron afectados por la Segunda Guerra Mundial, tenían que disfrutar de ello, en particular Estados Unidos.
Thanks, Francisco. You are as clever as always. But at the end, how this fixed exchange rate worked? Okay, we know that the US dollar was the center of everything because all the currencies were linked to the US dollar. The US dollar was back up with 35 per ounce, and if a country faced issues, the IMF stepped in, but with really hard and strict conditions.
Okay, but there's a plot twist because just the USA can print dollars, so there's like something tricky here because not everyone has this power like in Iron Man or Marvel that has the power to just print dollars also.
And the World Bank, they were investigating long-term growth, building roads, schools, hospitals. They were making sure that the foundation were strong for years.
I mean, the system was like built on cooperation because the World Bank and the IMF worked together to stabilize and grow the economy.
So I have a question. How did Bretton Woods fall apart?
I think I know the answer. It was back then in the 70s when the US started printing way more dollars than they had in gold.
It was like when in Monopoly someone takes secretly extra bills. It is cheating and breaking the rules of the game.
Yeah, in that case, it happened in 1971, and Nixon said, "We don't need more gold anymore." And just like that, all the system fall apart. It was like when you get so mad with your ex.
You tried to destroy her life.
Yes.
Well, the currency became free, and the countries had to manage their own economies without a safety net. That means that they had to survive alone.
Okay. I mean, today.
We're coming back with you, Salva. Can you hear me? Okay, nice. So, ¿qué es lo que consideras que ha mantenido el Bretton Woods de antes con el actual?
Algunas coincidencias que son, digamos, relativamente evidentes. Lo más evidente y lo más importante es que el dólar sigue siendo la moneda que tiene mayor hegemonía. Que bueno, desde entonces seguimos teniendo estas instituciones que se crearon, tanto el Fondo Monetario Internacional como el Banco Mundial, ¿no? Y que, digamos, si bien han evolucionado, básicamente siguen teniendo los mismos objetivos: regular el comercio, establecer equilibrios en el sistema financiero, el sistema monetario, y se siguen financiando países que estén en desarrollo, que sigan ciertas reglas, que ocupen el financiamiento para ciertas cosas.
Thanks, Francisco. We'll come back to you.
I mean, I agree with him. Like, to keep Bretton Woods relevant, reforms are needed. One proposal is to give like emerging economies a bigger say on the IMF and the World Bank decisions, because we know that big nations are calling the shots. So in that way, the system will be more inclusive.
Well, another suggestion is to diversify the reserve currency, like incorporating the Chinese yuan or the SERs to reduce the dependence of the US dollar.
1, 2, 3.
It's like these caves of Mexico back in the 80s.
Yeah, it was like when a team borrowed a ton of money to sign a star player, like for example Monterrey when they signed Sergio Ramos, and the player gets injured and the team cannot pay back the loan, so they collapse.
Exactly. That's when the IMF steps in and they start offering these strict economies adjustment programs. Like when a coach has a struggling team, the coach tells them that they have to work harder and sacrifice a lot for the win.
Yeah, the IMF and the World Bank have reports from the time that these policies affect hard on Mexico, like putting your car on the shop, and the mechanics know they need to work, but they don't know what to do to your car.
And also, it's like the IMF's programs didn't help in a deeper way, just to put a curita in there and let it go.
Exactly, it's like, I mean, in Mexico, for instance, the IMF, well, Mexico follows the IMF rules and cut spending, but it was like trying to stop a sinking boat with a tiny bucket. The debt was still there and still affects.
So you can say that it may keep the problem away for just like a couple of years.
Yeah. For you guys, I am really that stupid that I do not get the difference between the IMF and the World Bank.
Not at all. The IMF focuses on stabilizing financial crisis, and the World Bank focuses on long-term development.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the IMF is kind of an emergency that way.
Exactly.
Nowadays, Bretton Woods is gone. Ciao, ciao. But its institutions still rule the global finance.
For example, the IMF still gives lifeline loans for countries like Argentina.
Yeah, and the World Bank still is funding the infrastructure and development in countries.
Well, to not keep boring Salva, let me ask you a final question. How do you see, ¿cómo ves el panorama internacional de las finanzas?
Pero me parece básicamente que México tendría que aprender dos lecciones básicas. La primera es fortalecer el mercado interno. Lo vemos justo con los aranceles. Los aranceles a México es uno de los países, si no es que uno de los más países beneficiados, por decirlo de alguna forma, con muchísimos tratados multilaterales, bilaterales o multilaterales en cuestión de comercio internacional.
Thanks a lot, Francisco. We enjoy to have you here, and we hope you find you in another episode.
And that's all of the Dinerama, the Money Gossip Show.
See you next time for more financial tea.
BRETTON WOODS.
Ese sí va a ser un buen blooper.
¡Vamos, Renata! Alba, let me ask you a final question. How do you see, ¿cómo ves el panorama internacional? Bueno, no, es que estaba bien, se van a reír.
¿Por qué me cortas?
Estaba bien.
¿Quién dijo que no?
Es que fue tan natural que se me